Shalom, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Ruach Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone rule well, taught me this truth, and blessings, peace and blessings to the sincere Akim who's pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth, who are doing this thing in truth and sincerity, laying their life down as a spiritual sacrifice. And the America is closed right now until further notice, you know. And here it is, it's playing out. The prophecies is here. This is the year of prophecy 2020. And here it is from CNBC. Bank of America says the recession is already here. Jobs will be lost, wealth will be destroyed in Khan. And I don't even, have to look at this article and to justify it and make an example, because you can, when you in this world, you can see it when you go out, when you're talking to these different individuals, and you're seeing the brunt of this COVID-19 coronavirus hitting, making its effect, making its rounds. Okay, I'm gonna read a little bit. March 19, 2020, we are officially declaring the economy has fallen into recession, joining the rest of the world it is a deep plunge. Bank of America said a note to clients Thursday. So the Dow has been plunging. The stock market. I believe they closed down the tradings. No one can go in. Someone tested positive for coronavirus. It says jobs will be lost, wealth will be destroyed, and confidence depressed. Bank of America warned investors on Thursday that a coronavirus-induced recession is no longer avoidable. It's already here. We are officially declaring that the economy has fallen into recession, joining the rest of the world, and it's in a deep plunge. Bank of America USA economist Michelle Meyer wrote in a note. Jobs will be lost, wealth will be destroyed, and confidence depressed. The firm expects the economy to collapse in the second quarter, shrinking by 12%. GDP for the full year will be contract by 0.8. Bank of America look at the labor market as a way to understand the magnitude of the economic shock. The firm expects unemployment rate to nearly double, with roughly 1 million jobs lost each month of second quarter, for a total of 3.5 million. The coronavirus outbreak already sent global markets into a tailspin as travel comes to a near standstill and businesses shut their doors. The S&P Dow of 500 and Dow Jones Industrial average are trading in bear market territory and now sit around 30% below their all-time high levels from just last month. And man, on the grand scheme of things, these big corporations are one, losing money because they can't produce any goods, any product. Two, they don't have the laborers to work to do it. Only robots can do so much, and machines can do so much. And to the corporate world, to the mid section, which is the industrial, the factories, these big warehouses, in every sector, automobile, all of that, losing as well, losing workers, losing production, losing these companies buying their product and shipping to the lowest, and really the lowest is where you feel it at. We're losing. Everyone's you can't work, you can't come in. Okay, we won't be back. We won't even think about coming back to work until April-ish, early April, mid-April, and that's just the earliest. Who's to say they're going to continue making people go back to work? So, they're feeling it, man. Jake is feeling it, Esau's feeling it, everybody's feeling it. As far as the virus spreading, they're taking pre-measures for this thing, man. The virus spreading, man. Okay. Hey, luckily I got myself in where right on time, but jobs is low right now. You're lucky if you're continue to work and if you need it. And the average person is living at least check by check, or what I'm about to say, check by check, or a check away, 2 checks away from being homeless and down in the dumps. If they got to pay rent, car bills, light bills, mortgage bills. Okay, they have children, so people are suffering right now. And guess what? Hey, the Hebrew Israelites told you so. We warned you that this thing is coming. It can happen any day now. And it's not so much that the virus is bad. It's the measures that they're taking. It's not like, hey, the guy down the block got coronavirus, or people town next over got the coronavirus. No, they're just saying we ain't even taking no taking no chances with this thing. Now, yeah, Donald Trump here, number 45, Donald Trump. Not the guy that we want, but the guy that we need. Okay, he says, a fact check, can Trump use the Stafford Act to order a national mandatory 2-week quarantine? Now, that's what's been going around is martial law is on its way. Okay, in different places in America, you have National Guard already out. Seen videos of troops walking down the street in groups, guarding different places, these stores, because there's rations going out. You gotta drive to find different water and food and things of that nature. So it's survival mode right now, for the most part. It says the claim President Trump will invoke the Stafford Act to order a national mandatory 2-week quarantine. So pretty much, if there's questions, people are confused. What's going to happen next? Are we going to continue to move around, go outside, or we got to stay in? You got something called a shelter in shelters, where you can only go to and this came up today when this Edomite brought it up, how you only be able to leave your house if it's to go to work, to go to get some food or whatever, and come back. All right, and that very well could kick in. All right. Okay, so this is a recent viral post. Facebook claims the president of the United States would enact a mandatory quarantine using a law called the Stafford Act. The president will invoke what is the Stafford Act. Facebook user wrote March 16th, the president will order a 2-week mandatory quarantine for the nation. Morgan also stated the information came to the source in the military. 2 posts have been shared more than 400 times. USA Today reached out to Morgan about her post, but she did not respond to multiple messages. So Donald Trump's talking about, it's the China virus. Well, he's like, why is that? Because it came from China. Now, it's a big game being played. We pretty much know what's on the global stage, with the quote unquote show, how it's going on, how the powers that be right now in the seat, they pretty much all know what's going on for the most part. Okay, how this coronavirus, COVID-19, was created. It wasn't that the C1, because like Apostle Har said, man, these meat puppets, and that's really, I'm more and more I'm starting to see that people are just meat puppets, meat suits, meat on flesh and walking around. Okay, they don't understand. They lost. They don't have it, nor do they care. All right, the average person. It says before the viral post was made, more importantly, the Stafford Act does not allow the federal government to impose mandatory quarantines. The Stafford Act and federal emergency powers. Trump declared a national emergency under the 1988 Stafford Disaster Relief Emergency Assistance Act. Under the Stafford Act, about $40 billion from the federal agency. Management agency can be used by a federal government to fight the coronavirus pandemic. The declaration of emergency also allows the federal government to waive certain regulations on healthcare providers, so the resources can be deployed faster. This power is again derived from the Stafford Act, which is enacted by enacted by Congress to ensure the states to have a way of signaling the aid from the federal government in times of crises. The text message rumors of a national quarantine are fake. There is no national lockdown. So the government's saying that the word around at the town that this lockdown, mandatory martial law, you know what that is, meaning the government has control of everything. They bring the National Guard, and everybody is stuck in one location, can't move, okay? And the government has a will over the people, over the food that's being rationed out, okay? People moving around, most likely guns being confiscated, because that's what Esau and a little bit of Jake are worried about. That's why they're buying ammo and whatnot. So they're ready, embracing this pushback that may come. So because we know the government, the United States government, doesn't have our best interests at hand right now, ever, Slovakia, ever, and they can't be trusted. We know that. Whatever they have to say, you got to think of the opposite. You got to look under. Remember what they got on the books. Remember, these people have a plan, man. Okay, the elite bankers, Illuminati, whatever. These devils, they have a plan. Okay, to take you out. All right, and bring blunt force and death amongst you people, mainly. Okay, I had a precept because you have to look about what the laws that they're passing, and you know what their plan is to do, because they can make. We already know the plan is they can confiscate anything in a time of a crisis. They can come and take you out of your homes. Okay, put you in a FEMA camp. We know that. Okay, if push comes to shove. So I don't even try with these normies, these basic ass people. I don't try to convince them. I don't try to worry myself to death. Yeah. It's up to you if you gonna wake up. This is Psalms 94 and 20. Shall thee throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frames mischief by law? So kind, man. Kind. You know, they frame mischief by law. All the laws they have, it's mischievous. It's mischief behind it. Okay. Vaccines and things of that nature. There's a devious plan behind it. There's an ill will plan behind it. You know, something's rotten in Denmark. Just words that came up under this mischievous iniquity, labor, mischief, miserable, pain, perverseness, sorrow, toil. Yeah, and that's what's coming down the pike in the long run. But we know this is it could one get worse, because you're telling people if you even feel sick now or you have a fever, stay home, don't come to work, don't leave out your home. So they're taking measures. And they told me today if I felt sick, you know, working at this gig, if you even feel sick, we're gonna. They said while working, you're gonna put you in this room and they're gonna quarantine you. Basically, you're not able to leave out of that room. They're gonna lock you in there. And I didn't ask, but I just put two and two together. They're basically gonna have them take you out of here. And who knows what they're gonna do with you? So they say you know, say something. Now, you know, you do have a lot of misinformation going on, because what people are doing are trying to gain attention from this. Okay, they just like these devils say, don't let any crisis go to waste. You have these fucking wolves trying to make money and be devils about some shit that's going on. You know, it says Alex Jones is told to stop selling sham anti-coronavirus toothpaste. I'm not surprised from him, man. He's an opportunist. Anytime something comes, he's gonna make it 10 times worse than what it actually is. And if things, and if it's really serious, he's gonna downplay it. He's a high. He's out. Even if he's not sold out, for one, okay, he's a what's the word I want to say? I want to say a narcissist, but he's past that. He's a control freak. Okay. Talking about he just loves Jesus and God. Get the hell out of here. It says Mr. Jones, who was used his radio show and website to promote conspiracy theories, is falsely claiming the products can fight the coronavirus. The hell, this probably has some essential minerals and things that can help you, but he goes overboard with it can fight the coronavirus. Just to get it, because they basically axed him out of everything. It says the stoppage against the virus is a super blue brand of toothpaste kills the whole SARS corona family at point blank range. There are no products or vaccines or drugs approved to create or cure the virus. There's not yet, until they come with one of that a backdoor deal. Banana and tailpipe here take this vaccine. Because I was listening to Donald Trump. He says they're in the works, the fastest in the works vaccine ever, and they might cook up something for these Babylonians to take, but not the elect. It said as the disease spreads across the United States, as too has online misinformation and marketing of fraudulent products to claim that to prevent the coronavirus, presenting government officials with a new frontier in their escalating fight. So there's that on that. So hey, we could very well see martial law kick off. Who's qualified? This is from New York Times. Who's qualified for paid leave under the new coronavirus law? The first time the U.S. will have broad federal mandated paid leave, but some will be excluded from the emergency measure. So they're telling some certain people that we're shutting the job location all down totally for 2 weeks, and you can get paid. Some people won't get paid. They come back at this certain date, but if they want to push the date, so everyone's is feeling it. Coronavirus emergency relief package. And right now, what I'm about to say, right now the Donald Trump's talking about to basically it's somewhat like a stimulus package, basically creating another bubble. How there's another article in the economy, to I guess him showing somewhat of empathy, which he doesn't have, okay, but giving people $1,000 in a check in 2 weeks, which is total bullshit. This is New York Times updates on sports canceled by coronavirus. So this is actually March 14th. So no more sports, man. No more sports. All right. College, NBA, NFL, nothing. Maybe a little bowling and things of that nature. But for the stars, LeBron, okay, Giannis Antetokounmpo, none of that. We ain't watching nothing on TV. Okay, so people are forced to look at what's going on and wake up and be in reality. Because this is just, America's a joke. This life is a joke. Okay? And everyone in it are clowns, you know, if you're not of the elect, if you're not doing this work. It says a day after nearly every major sporting event in the United States has been suspended or canceled because of the coronavirus, it became a question of which sports were on, not which were off. One of the biggest sporting events of the year, the Masters Golf Tournament, will be postponed. The NBA, the NHL, the MLS, Major League Baseball suspended play. So they're saying until spring hits. So what's spring? This is March, April, May, maybe till May. You're going to pick it back up. June, July. So when it's going to, there's the questions that these people are, wondering, but I can frankly care less if sports come back or not. Sports is entertaining, but it's not something that's essential in this life. It's a big distraction if you're not living with your eyes open. Around Europe, more leagues shut down their seasons during Asia, which has been almost without spring sporting events for weeks. So it says in looming over the decision was the Summer Olympics, still played to begin as scheduled in Tokyo in late July. So golf. So yeah, the Olympics in the summer is supposed to be something that everyone's been training for 4 years, and it just might be gone. All their dreams, that gold medal, gone. So they have to look forward to trying another time, but we're living in the prophecy. I don't think you're gonna get another time. Lord willing, we get out of here. Cricket, winter sports. Yep. So unless we get out of here soon, and the Lord willing, we will. I don't have a lot of scriptures, but I do have a few. Because a lot of people are storing up for food, this, that, and the third. I just had some information. A couple articles. This is Isaiah 24. And 7. The new wine mourneth. The new wine mourneth, the vine languish, all the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of the tabret ceases. The noise of them that rejoiceth ended. The joy of the harp ceaseth, so the mirth is ceasing. The joy of this place is ceasing. People are starting to really understand that we're dealing with something that we have to change for. The change is the issue. The day-to-day routine is being switched up. It's feeling uncomfortable. You got to switch your mindset, and that's very hard for people to do. People, for the most part, are stuck in their ways, stuck in doing that little, like we've been talking about, the bubble. The brothers have been talking about prepared to be uncomfortable, and it's true. We're coming in at times. People are actually forced to be with each other that they may not like, or they can't, that they hate each other, living in the same home, families. Okay, it's getting rough. Disagreements are gonna come up, man, because the average person is self-centered. They don't have anything to distract them now. Let's see if it's some more on this. They shall drink wine with a strong with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down, every house shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in these streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone, and the city is left desolate, and the gate is smitten with them. So what brings people happiness? Sports, going to the mall, going to theater, going out to eat. You can't even go out to eat anymore. The bars, they shut little mom and pop bars down. Little food joints, pizza joints. You can't even go inside most McDonald's, Wendy's. So they're starting to get depressed. They're starting to get down. They can't cope. This reality is kicking in. That this place is shitty. That's tough. Like my boy said, that's tough. All right. I think I got one. Jeremiah 15:25. Because that's a good sign that it said it's a recession, damn near depression. So these places are closing. Who knows if they'll come? Because there's a lot of people who close their business for good because they can't keep above water. They can't keep making a profit with being shut down for so long. Some people rely on these their businesses and whatnot. This is Jeremiah 50 and it's 26. Come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing for her of her be left. And that's talking about here in Babylon. It was talking about the land of the Chaldees in a verse. And this is the land of Chaldees. This is Babylon. This is Greek. This is Rome. It's modern day Rome. Right? And the storehouses going into these businesses. Okay, these different stores and things of that nature. Who knows how long you can go into a gas station, man? Because people rely on these things for day-to-day needs. Hey, we do. Now, there's nothing wrong with getting like water. We can get water for a week or two. You get some non-perishables, and non-perishables just goes into things that can be last for a long, like nuts, different crackers and canned goods and things of that nature. Now, maybe some cereals and stuff like that. I eat like that anyways, for the most part, man. So it's really not all that bad. Because once we can't, brothers, we can't get daily this shit from these stores and shit is that's when Jacob's trouble is gonna kick in. For these people, they're just gonna have to fend for themselves. And let me see. And that's when the race wars and everything else kick off. Let's see if I had another scripture. Close it out. Because it's just interesting looking at everything that happened. Not from an anxiety mind state, not from how these people are, but knowing that the Lord is at his work and what we prophesy on the highways and byways is coming, is seen, is here. The worry, we don't got the woe. The woe ain't on our face. We're rejoicing, for the most part. But this is what these people have to go through. This is Zechariah 14:13. It shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one at the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor. And Judah also shall fight at okay, that's going to something else, but nonetheless, that's a prophecy. If you read the chapter, it's going into prophecy. Okay, but basically it's going to be person against person. Yo, you got the most toilet paper, I need that. Thank you. Swiping, no swiping. Oh, you just went from the Sam's, went to Costco. You did all that shopping for me. Thank you. Put that, give me all that shit. Give me that card. It's mine now. Strong arm. It's going to be like that. People you even know. People know each other because it's going to be like that. It will be like that, but hey, not like that yet, because there's a lot of people are putting out this shit, text messages. My cousin work at the Department of Homeland Security. She said next week, like a lot of they're doing that for clout. Not to say hey that shit can get shut down soon. But we don't come at a frantic mind. We don't come out of frantic mind state. We live a temperate life. Cause I can't get attached to certain. I gotta really figure out and go dive deeper. Cause I take something and run with it and but I want it to be the truth. I'm always seeking the truth of the matter. This is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And economically, China, America, Israel, I'm about to say, Iran, Saudi Arabia are in economic wars against each other. Some nations have bought into the wine of philosophies, which is the philosophies of Esau. And nations are mad now. You got a lot of Asians here mad now because they thought they was American, but they getting racial profile now because they got the coronavirus. So Babylon has been a golden cup. Okay, verse 8. But Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? So she may be slacking. Read that again. Verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country, for the judgment reaches unto the heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. And that's right. So everything that this place is sown, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the hell that you've put on us through hardcore slavery, hardcore bondage, the oppression, the injustice, the killing, the deaths. The Lord's been counting. The Lord's been putting marks and tallies on what you nations been doing. Chiefly you devils, you so-called white people. Okay, so it will be who of you fucking gooks, you other heathens, East Indians, to go back to where you're from. But guess what? You can't, because you can't leave. Donald Trump, the government shut down all basically international flights out of America, so you can't go out. No one can't come in. So you're stuck. People stuck in a pickle now. But guess what? You got these little you got these new phrases now called social distancing and all this shit. And people, like my age, they don't give a damn. That show you that their mind states are sealed. They don't care. They already made up in their mind. They don't give a fuck. Everything's a joke. Nothing serious. So when it comes, the Lord is justified in taking them out. If I get it, I'm gonna get it. They just blowing it out of proportion, and people think that it's only meant for the elderly. That's not true. It's not true. This so-called virus or whatever is pretty much can be anyone can get it. They're saying all these NBA players got it, but a person of any age, young, old, middle age, can get it. So it's pretty much people are relying on, only if you're a person over 60, or if you're a really young child, then that's all you should be worried about. I'm gonna just go ahead and live my life anyway. It's fear mongering. Keep thinking that way until the missiles drop your ass. And that's all I gotta say about that, man. It's fucking people, man. I'm getting tired of you people, man. Not spiritual at all. And I got a video that they like the news keep playing, or play it after this. But I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yashai, Bashim Chakadash, the bonds, the apostles, and the elders at Great Millstone, who will. Peace, blessings, salutations to the elect. Shalom.
If I get corona, I get corona. At the end of the day, I'm not going to let it stop me from partying.
Spring break is over, but more importantly, you've got to start treating this virus as something where you got to listen to what people are telling you to do.
we're gonna enjoy ourselves. We having day parties all day. It's my birthday, St. Patrick's Day. Turn up.
We met these other people in our little Airbnb spot, so we're just hanging out with them and trying to get drunk before everything closes.
We're just trying to roll with we're just living for the moment. We're just gonna do what happens when it happens. When stuff closes, we're gonna do it when it closes, but besides that, we're just trying to have the best trip we can. We're just trying to make with what we have right now.
All of these changes are coming at us very rapidly. But at every step, the limits and closures I have ordered are meant to protect our community from the spread of COVID-19 as much as possible.
Everything's closed. A lot of restaurants are doing to-go food, and they're serving just the hotel guests. So they can obviously order food to the rooms. The beaches are closed. From 5th Street to 14th, everything's been closed for the last couple of days now, and that might be for a longer period of time.